Hi guys, and welcome to yet another edition of
Football Family Feud.
And today we're going to be talking Italian managers. And this is because in the Standard, I think 2 days ago, they said Chelsea, how many Chelsea Italian managers do you think we've had?
7.
No.
13.
Really?
5. 4. 6.
6. You got there in the end.
But
Chelsea-
no, you said 7. Really?
Yeah.
That was close.
We've had 6 Italian managers. I'm going to test his knowledge to see if he knows who they were. And so they said rate your favourite. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be rating from my least to my most favourite.
I know all the Italian managers.
Okay. And so before that, you know what to do?
Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications so you won't miss any of the video we post.
And guys, I saw it said he was a bit ambitious on last video to make it 100, but we're nearly on 100 likes. So I'm going to be ambitious, try and get us up to 200 likes on this video, guys.
125.
So, right, anyway, before we go on to these Italian managers, there's a couple of bits of news, Zane. A couple of people are out of contract this season. Who do you know they are? Who?
So first, Pedro.
Pedro, yeah, Pedro. Who else? Yeah, you.
Yeah, Giroud.
Giroud, and the third one?
Alonso.
No, floppy ear.
William.
William.
No, William said he signed. I thought he
No,
signed.
he's
didn't he?
not. Listen to the news. So anyway, I'm going to be quickly talking about 2 of them, and that's Willian and Giroud. First of all, Giroud is now open to sign a new contract, but he wants a 2-year contract. The club are only prepared to give him a 1-year rolling contract. And I think after what he's done towards the end of the season, I think he deserves another year if he's happy, because he offers us something totally different. And I think if Frank Lampard had played him a bit earlier on in the season, then we could be comfortably in 3rd place, I think. Because when he was persevering with Batshuayi instead of giving Giroud opportunities, that cost us a few points.
You're in 3rd place.
No, we're 4th. Had the season been that long, not been played, that you've forgotten where we are?
Wait, Liverpool are
Leicester!
top.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? Anyway, and but Willian has announced he's definitely leaving us because he's obviously, I don't know, I think he wanted to leave anyway, Zane, because he's saying that he wants a 3-year contract. Chelsea were actually willing to give him a 2-year contract, but over the age of 30, Chelsea only usually give their players a 1-year contract. But Willian's after a 3-year contract. But I think that was a ploy because there's no way the club will give him 3 years. So he said he's definitely not taking the 2 years, so he's off at the end of the season. And there's talk of PSG and Barcelona after his services. But I have a hunch, and I keep saying it, I think he'll end up at Tottenham. Yeah, he will. He'll end up at Tottenham. Anyway, let's get into the main story now, and that's talking about Italian managers. So Zayn, do you know anything about Chelsea Italian manager? Let me see your history lessons. So, who do you think was our first ever Italian manager?
Can I just say the name, not in order?
Say the names then. Who are the Italian managers that you think of? Can you think of?
Conte,
Yeah.
Lampard. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
Sarri,
Yeah.
Gus Hiddink. No, he wasn't.
A, he wasn't our manager, and B, he's not Italian.
Gus Hiddink was our manager.
Gus Hiddink. Oh, Gus Hiddink, yeah. I'm thinking of Gus Poyet, sorry.
No, but he's like
Gus Hiddink's
Dutch.
Dutch, yeah.
Di Matteo.
Yeah?
I got this guy. He has long hair. Not Conte, but
Do you want clues?
yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a clue.
Wait, do
One
I
of
know
them
all
is
of
now managing Everton.
What's that guy?
And he won
Ranieri.
No, Ranieri, yeah, he was one.
Ranieri was one.
But he was managing Leicester, not
Oh yeah,
Everton.
yeah. It just made me think because of blue clubs.
Yeah. And he won us the double. He used to be at,
No, he's like Portuguese.
he used to be at PSG, and he also used to be at Real Madrid. No? First name Carlo,
Carlo.
and his surname...
Ancelloti.
Oh, he got there in the end. And are we named them all?
No, we named Ancelloti, Di Matteo,
Matteo,
Conte,
Sarri,
Sarri.
Ranieri.
Ranieri.
Oh yeah, our first ever one. See, I'm good at you. Our first ever one. Bald guy.
You.
And you obviously don't know him. He's won our FA Cup for us. He won the FA Cup for us. He also won the
everyone.
Cup Winners' Cup for us and the League Cup. No,
I'm a charity student.
if I say the name Gianluca
Gianluca
V
Gianluca Vuella.
V
Viella.
close,
Viola. Viola.
close. V swapped the O for an A.
Vialla.
Vialli.
Vialli.
Vialli. When the ball hits the back of the Old Trafford net, it's Vialli.
But I thought it was a manager.
He was a player manager. He used to play for us, then he was a manager, then became player manager. So anyway, I'm going to be rating my managers in order. So who do you think comes at the bottom of my list out of all those managers?
I definitely I know. Wait, no.
Who?
Is it the Everton Ancelloti? No, not Ancelloti. I mean Ranieri. Conte. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
He won the Europa League for us, right now.
yeah, he won the Europa League, but Sarri comes at the bottom. Not that I've got nothing against Sarri before
Wait,
all
no,
these
you-
Sarri people start throwing accusation at me. But the reason Sarri comes at the bottom for me is because of a few things actually. First of all, he split the fan base like no other manager has, because you had the so-called football purists who thought football should be played in a particular way, and they were every single time he did something wrong, they were defending him at all costs. And then you had the people, the old school Chelsea player, thought that he was a bit too boring and it's exciting football, what he was meant to be bringing to Chelsea. It wasn't that exciting. And it was all
That's
about
true, that's
sideways passes and
Very true. It's not.
yeah,
the play
it was
wasn't exciting.
monotonous, like for like, monotonous football, and it was just passing for passing's sake. We used to win every game. We used to be a bit like Arsenal, didn't we? We used to win, outpass teams to death, but no end product. But as I said, the other thing is with him, he didn't connect with the supporters, and he knew that he was only going to be here for a short while until the Juventus job came out. That's my opinion. So he made no effort to connect with the supporters. So there was that disconnect between us, and I did like his like-for-like substitutes and everything else. Some of his football was good. It's not all critical. He won us a trophy, so I applaud him for
The
that.
Arsenal trophy.
Yeah, and towards the
Well,
end
Arsenal
of
haven't even won it, so why not?
towards the end of the
But after
season,
competition.
I thought we got us playing some good football. When the likes of Loftus-Cheek came into the side, we in some games we played pretty decent. So yeah, I'm not knocking the guy totally, but a lot of his play was, I don't know, hit and miss. So sorry, you end up bottom for me. Next.
I know this. Gianluca
Vialli.
Vialli.
No.
Wait, is it Conte?
No.
Ranieri?
Ranieri, a likeable Italian, but unfortunately he came just after the Vialli period and Chelsea were in transition, so we went 4 years without winning a trophy under him. Some of his football was really good. I liked some of his, when he had Hasselbank, that you finished reading that book, by the way? Hasselbank and Gudjonsson were his strike partner, but they used to call him the Tinker Man, saying, you know why?
Because he's tinkered.
Yeah, he always used to. Unlike, he was an opposite
I
of
don't
Sarri,
even know what tinkered means. I just said.
He was a total opposite of Sarri. You know when Sarri used to play the same team, same substitutions. With Ranieri now, you didn't know he was going to play 1 week to the next.
Yeah, so
1 week
if he
he'll
won
play
a
one
game-
player, and it was changed, and he just was rotation mad, and he used to just pick all different types of players.
We wanted to get everyone game time. You know?
No, but it was just too. It was over. It was too much rotation, and he cost us the semi-final of the Champions League. I'll never forgive him for that. Putting Hasselbank as a left back. Come on. I know
Wait,
exactly.
what position is he? Is he like
Striker, yeah. And he
Striker?
played- yeah, and he
Centre
played him as
forward, like
left
striker.
back. Yeah.
No, like Like
Crazy.
Giroud striker. Like,
Yes,
like
it's imagine Giroud or Torres or someone playing left back. That's what it's like.
No.
Although Drogba did play left back against Barcelona towards the end when we were hanging on, but still. But anyway, what Ranieri did good for us was that he rebuilt the side, because it was him who introduced likes of John Terry and Frank Lampard into the team. He made some difficult decisions, getting rid of the likes of Petit at the time, and we had a guy called Frank Leboeuf, and so he phased them out. Yeah,
Wait,
Frank Lampard
at
when he was younger. Yeah, he was, and before, when the big money came in, he was the one who brought in the likes of the Robins and stuff. So he brought in some good players for us, and Jose Mourinho just finished it off. So I did like him, but he's below the others on my list. So moving up now to fourth. Who's fourth?
Gianluca
Vialli. No, I'll put Conte. I'll put Conte there. And for me, Conte I'll put as there, because Conte, brilliant first season. I don't care what anyone says. You know, he broke all records, winning game after game after game after game after game. So he was excellent in that first season. But then
3-4-3.
Yeah.
No, actually 3-4-3-1.
Yeah, 3-4-3. Yeah, but then he spoilt it by getting all thrown his toys in the air when he didn't get what he wanted in the second season. He sabotaged our second season and cost us Champions League place. Yeah, he was sulking and he just started to he just gave up like he normally does in other clubs. So that's why, for me, although he won us the league and he won us the FA Cup, he only fits in at number 4 for me. Right, okay, so Zane, my next manager after Conte.
That's easy. It's definitely. I see it in your face. I see it in your face. Wait, what the managers again? Says either Ancelloti, Gianluca, Vialli,
or Di Matteo. Which one is it?
Di Matteo won us the Champions League.
So which one do you think it is though? Which one do you think it is?
Ancelloti.
No, sorry, it's Di Matteo.
Well, he won us the Champions League.
Yeah, I know. Di Matteo comes in third. He won us the Champions League and he won us the FA Cup. And I loved him as a player.
Oh yeah,
Such
so why
a
do you...
cool, composed player. But when you look at it, in all things considered, he didn't start the season with us when we won the Champions League. He took over from Voa AVB. So AVB was a Portuguese guy. He took over from him. And for me, it was more, you know, he was a manager, but it was more the will of the players that won us the Champions League. I'm not discounting anything that Di Matteo did, by the way, but we had so many leaders in the side, the Drogbas, the Lampards, the Terrys, and I think it was that sort of bloody-mindedness and that character that took us through. Because in his next season, he didn't last the full season, so he got sacked, I think, in December or so. So I can't really include him because he didn't even play. He didn't even last 2 full seasons. He was half a season when we won the Champions League and another half season the season.
So basically
after.
1 season.
Yeah, and then so we went from the Champions League and we got knocked out we were the only team who Champions League winners who didn't progress to the knockout stages the next year. So we had to go and play in the Europa League.
How come we can't? Yeah, but I thought we automatically.
No, because we got knocked out of the group stages. And
Really?
because we got knocked out of the group stages, yeah, we played. And we won the Europa League that year when Benitez came and took over from us. Yeah. So, top 2 now. Who do you think's my second?
Oh, Gianluca.
Yay! Gianluca Vialli. Gianluca Vialli was one of my favourite players. When he signed for Chelsea, it was like a dream come true. And yeah, same thing with him though, because when he actually won us the League Cup and the League Cup and the Europa League, I think that year. But he took over from Ruud Gullit. Ruud Gullit got sacked. He took over and he won us 2 trophies. But we nearly won the league under him, and that was before Roman Abramovich's money.
We came second.
No, we finished 3rd that season. We were 4 points behind Liverpool, not Liverpool, 4 points behind Arsenal and Manchester United. And we were, I'll tell you a story, before 4 games to go, we could have gone top with 4 games to go. we played Leicester. 2-0 up against Leicester.
Oh yeah, in the 84th minute.
We had a guy called Dewberry scored an own goal. And then this guy called Steve Guppy. Steve Guppy curled the ball into the net in the 87th minute.
Wait, did the own goal come at 84th minute?
No, the own goal came about the 82nd, I think. And then the 87th minute or 88th minute, Steve Guppy scores a goal that he will never ever score again.
Was it a ghost goal? Guppy?
No, Guppy is name.
Guppy. It's called a joke.
Oh, right, okay. So, and I still maintain to this day, had that Guppy goal not been scored and we won the game 2-1, we'd have went on to win the league. So he had a fantastic side. We brought Gus Poyet and Dan Petrescu and all sorts of good players back then. And so good. And plus with him, we had a guy called Casaraghi. He used to play in Italy. Casaraghi got a really bad injury, and which kept him out for the rest of the season. Had Casaraghi played for us and stayed fit, then I still think we'd have won the league that year. But then, before he left us, he still won the FA Cup. So I think Fing took over from him, Ranieri. And finally, obviously,
Ancelloti. Because I know why. Because he kept on winning like 4-0, 5-0.
That was that was some of the best football I've ever witnessed at Stamford Bridge, and we won the double the first season. And I thought he was really badly treated. He finished second in the second season. They got sacked for finishing second.
What?
I know, terrible. But as you said, 5-0, 4-0, 7-2, 7-1, 8-0.
Wait, what about 7-0?
Yeah. So the only period we had in that year, we had a dodgy November time where we were losing a few games, but the football was some of the best I've witnessed. So you can play good football and successful football. So, double to finish it off. So Ancelloti, he gets my crown as the top Italian manager I've ever seen at Chelsea. So guys, over to you now. Who is the best Italian manager that you have seen at Chelsea? Please comment below, let us know your thoughts and let us know why you think he's the best Italian manager to have managed Chelsea. So remember guys, don't forget to
like, subscribe and turn on all notifications to be notified whenever we make awesome video like this one.
Yeah, and remember also, keep safe, stay indoors, wash your hands, keep clean, and keep that blue flag flying high. Until then, we'll see you on the next video. So take care, guys.
And if you have nothing, just wipe your dirty hand with like a Liverpool or Arsenal cloth or something.
But then it would get dirtier. How's that going to be clean? Yeah. So don't follow that advice. Find a nice clean Chelsea top, and that'll make you clean.
No, but that means the Chelsea top will be dirty. Just find a cloth.
Just an ordinary cloth. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Take care. See you later. Bye bye.